Okay, in this video, it's another tactics video, and I'm going to explain a Fieldcraft tactics video I did here a couple weeks ago called Reconnaissance by Fire. In that video, we had moved up on an enemy position. We did not know exactly where everyone was in that position, but we knew, or at least suspected, the enemy was right to our front, and we were trying to draw them out. So the word would go out. Everyone picks a spot where they suspect an enemy position is at, fire 2 to 3 rounds into that position to get them to either move or open fire, giving away their position. This is a very common tactic. You don't have to use everyone in your unit. You can use every other person or every fourth person, every third, whatever you so choose. But in that situation, everyone in the unit was given the order, fire 2 to 3 shots into a suspected enemy position to their front. They were pointed out where we anticipated they were at, and they would fire their ammo. When the enemy would return fire, we'd be able to pinpoint their locations by muzzle flashes, if possible. Otherwise, you could see dust getting kicked up off the ground. You could see moving vegetation from where the rounds are passing through it or near it. Or you could see the enemy getting up and changing positions because the incoming rounds on them were a little too accurate and they want to find a better spot before they return fire. Either way, they give away their position. Now I'm going to give you some situations where you could use Reconnaissance by Fire. Now first off here, we know the enemy is to our front, but not their exact positions. So in this first scenario I'm going to give you here, we put up a patrol base down here during the night. We have an LPOP to the front here. They sent back a warning message telling us enemy troops are sweeping through the area. They sent us what detail they could. They told us that they're moving through slowly, gave us a general idea on their size, but they had to keep quiet so that they wouldn't be found. As soon as the word comes back to us, we kick people forward into hasty positions to set up a defense. Now you may push forward 50% of your people, maybe 75% of your people. The remainder are back here packing up your stuff, packing up rucksacks for people, packing up sleeping bags if they were out, helping get the aid station packed up if you had any casualties, packing stuff on vehicles, whatever. But everyone else gets online, gets into their pre-designated areas or a spot that they pick for themselves along a general line that's designated for them. They get in position waiting for that enemy force that's moving forward. Now, let's say we get to a situation where they should have been here by now, but they're still not there. We know that the LPOP is 5 minutes walking distance in front of the edge of the perimeter that we set up. Let's say we're now at 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, and the enemy still hasn't shown up yet. That gives them time, even if they were slowly moving forward, to reach our position, to expose themselves. Now, could they have changed direction, gone to their flank? Yes, they could have. But it's also possible they may have known we were up here and they're getting themselves online to launch an attack. So who's ever in charge of our defense here puts out the word. Every other person, every second person will employ Reconnaissance by Fire. Pick a position to their front, fire 2 to 3 shots into that position. And then everyone else who's not firing keeps watch. And when they see the enemy return fire, they start putting in accurate fires right on that position. Word goes out, everyone opens up, firefight occurs, and then it becomes keeping your enemy pinned down while you maneuver to flank them and overrun them, or eliminate them with your own massed fires. Now another situation we expect the enemy is to our front. So in this one, easiest one would be thinking of you're in the defense. Things out front are too quiet. We don't have the normal night noises or normal early morning noises to our front. Things seem eerie, not quite right. So we send the word up and we explain it, hey, something's not right. We think the enemy may be to our front. Whoever's in command, that squad leader, platoon leader, company commander, whoever, makes that decision, we'll do a reconnaissance by fire. So once again, people are designated, pick a position to their front where it's likely something doesn't look right. Let's say you got a new set of bushes that appeared to your front during the night that weren't there the day before. Well, that's a good indication something's not right, isn't it? On command, everyone fires into those areas, and if the enemy is massed for an assault, you could get them to spring and start moving forward. They start charging into you. That's when the rest of you that were on standby, keeping watch, they then open fire, trying to catch the enemy out in the open in your kill zone. Now, another situation where reconnaissance by fire can be used is finding special weapons or the enemy's position. Think of World War II, what the Japanese did. Marines would be set up in their perimeter for the night. Japanese would move forward, and a couple of them would be told, hey, fire off a couple shots, the enemy's this direction. Everyone else stays in position and then marks down on a map or piece of paper to their front, you know, that's in front of them, where they see muzzle flashes. Then we know where the enemy's exact positions are. We cease fire after they do their return fire, figure they chased them off. Well, what the Japanese would do at that point, when the fire would go down, give it some time, they'd start sneaking forward to where they knew the position was at, where those Marines were, come in from the side, come in from behind, slit their throats. Now, if we got an enemy perimeter here, we're guerrillas. We got a forward operating base here, a fire base, we got the perimeter. We want to locate where the machine guns are. We got some likely positions here behind their berm, behind their trench line. We got this pit that kind of juts forward, sandbagged in, no cover, and we got some bunkers here. Well, due to variation like the Japanese did, we have a couple teams, just a couple people. They'll pick a couple of the positions and they'll fire a few rounds onto those positions, get the enemy to open up. You do this at night, the enemy's going to be tired, they're going to be scared. They start hearing fire coming at them, they see fire coming at them, they're going to open up. Well, then we have our observers who are away from the groups that are opening fire on these bunkers. Those observers then mark down and they say, hey, we got a machine gun here, we got a machine gun over here. This one here, we thought there was a machine gun, but all that came back from here is rifle fire. In this position right here, someone started lobbing 40mm grenades, so there's a grenade launcher in there. It may not be an AGL, but someone in there has some type of grenade launcher. So now we've located special weapons. We have intel that we can use at a later date. We can do reconnaissance by fire a couple more times, spread out over a few weeks to confirm if those same weapons are in those positions. And then we use that information for planning on how to make it through this defense. Another situation you can use reconnaissance by fire is sniper. We were moving forward. All of a sudden, sniper shot rings out. No one saw where it came from. Everyone gets down, gets into position, hunkers down. Everyone starts scanning, trying to figure out, well, where the hell is the sniper at? Well, we could tell by the sound, he's more than likely, he or she, because there are female snipers, is over here somewhere, but we don't know exactly where. So then we tell the squad, the team that's over here, hey, pick positions out here. We know the sniper's out in this direction unless they're changing. The team that's over here, if there's another team over here, they're watching to see if there's any slight movement to the flank, just in case that sniper is repositioning. But we tell this team over here, hey, pick out 1 or 2 positions to their front where it's likely the sniper could be at. Put 2 to 3 rounds into it. And then the teams to their flanks then keep watch of that area. They see the sniper getting up, changing positions, because their rounds are a little too accurate, well then they eliminate the sniper. Or the rounds come in, they flush the sniper, he gets up, starts moving, he starts running off this way, well they get a good eye on here, they take him out. It's a very effective tactic and it can be used, it can be adapted to a lot of situations. You're probing your enemy's position with fire. Practice it, talk with your people, figure out how you could use it in different situations. Now for all my engineer brothers in the Patriot Militia movements, always remember, essayons.